Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the one and only Mark Spencer. And folks, it's been way too long. We had our little bit of a hiatus, man. We've had the colds and lots of work and a bunch of other stuff in life. But we watched the last two UFCs, and the one we just watched was unbelievable. Can you believe it? Brock Lesnar is the champion, the heavyweight champion in Ultimate Fighting Championship. Greg, this is an unbelievable story for, I mean, this is unbelievable. Brock Lesnar.
Well, Mark, you're right. This is very unbelievable. Sorry, my millions of fans, just trying to adjust the webcam. But yeah, Brock Lesnar, the world heavyweight champion, or should I say the UFC champion, because we know Fedor Emelianenko would kick his ass. But anyway, I predicted what would happen in this match. I saw the match going into a decision if Brock Lesnar didn't knock him down. And what I thought is Couture has been knocked down before, but I knew if Brock Lesnar would hit him, he would definitely knock him out. And that's what came to be. Other than that, it was a pretty, I say, even matchup. I say if it went to a decision, 5 rounds, it would have went to Couture. But truly unbelievable. Brock Lesnar, the UFC World Heavyweight Champion. And why they say it's unbelievable? Because he's only had 3 MMA bouts. That's unreal? And now he's a title holder. People fight tooth and nail to get that title. What kind of fight did he have? He fought some guy, I think in Pride, who was way lighter than him and beat the crap out of him. And then who does he fight? Frank Mir. He loses in about a minute. And then he fights the Heath Herring, the crazy Texas horse. And pretty much it's just pretty much he was pounding him for about 3 minutes. And he couldn't even finish him. I thought that was pathetic, really. And you know what? And now he got a title shot. I was like, oh my God, that's unbelievable. But you know what? I think they gave him a title shot. They didn't expect him to win, because I sure didn't expect him to win, really. How could you expect this guy who doesn't have much MMA skill to win? But not to say he's probably the strongest and one of the quickest heavyweights out there, but he has to work on his game plan and his skill. But other than that, I think he has the potential to be the real world champion in MMA. And he's a quick learner, and I can say he's a quick study. Well, anyway, what's coming up? December 27th. My friends, December 27th. The Ultimate 2008. Can you believe it? You got Wanderlei Silva against Rampage Jackson. Then you got Minotauro Nogueira against Frank Mir. And then you got the main event, Rashad Evans against Forrest Griffin. So, Mark, you know, it's such a big event. Tell me how you think it's going to go down, and I'll put some of my thoughts afterwards. Back to you, Mark.
Well, Greg, it's unbelievable that this is going to be a pretty good adventure. I mean, in UFC, the Ultimate of Ultimate 2008, to end the year in style, you have Wanderlei, the Axe Murderer, against his old foe, Rampage Jackson, and then you got Rashad Evans, Forrest Griffin, and Minotauro Nogueira against Frank Mir. Well, if you want my thoughts on this, Greg, this is unreal. I think this is going to be one of the best UFCs I'll probably ever see. I think the fans out there watching it around the world, they're going to enjoy it. The UFC has made it to the Pride level in some ways. They're not there in terms of like the knockouts that they had in Pride and some of the other pay-per-views, like the former defunct Elite XC. Greg, you remember the Elite XC's history?
No.
Yeah, it's gone.
Still we have UFC.
At least we still have the UFC, and I think that's the important thing. One thing we can learn from is that the UFC did it the right way in building their pay-per-views and not putting all their money on one guy to carry the whole company. So at least the UFC develops their talent with their Ultimate Fighter and a few other programs. So, as far as I'm concerned, Greg, I mean, this is going to be an awesome Ultimate, and you know, who do you think is going to make a big surprise on this Ultimate, Greg?
Well, Mark, I gotta say, who's gonna make the biggest surprise on this Ultimate? I think Sugar Rashad Evans. Now you ask me why? Hasn't lost a fight. He drawed against Tito Ortiz, but man, he's like, I don't know. He always keeps improving. His reflexes are fast, and at the same time, I think the forest can't handle sugar. Just think about it. If you spray a lot of sugar in the forest, what happens to the forest? Can't breathe well, can it? So I'm putting my money on Sugar Rashad Evans, and now Antonio Minotauro Nogueira against Frank Mir. Well, that's a fight. That's a submission fight in itself, and really, I'm kind of like, I've seen Frank Mir, and I think he's back to his old game. I mean, he was in big trouble against Lesnar, and he managed to just grab his leg and take him out in about a minute. So I think Frank Mir is maybe back, and this is going to be a great challenge against Frank Mir and Antonio Minotauro Nogueira. You both got guys that are submission specialists. But okay, I got to be honest. I'm going to put the edge to probably Antonio Minotauro Nogueira, just for the fact that he's a guy that you can punch and he keeps getting up. He recovers so quickly. If you see him fight after fight after fight, I mean, he was a Pride world champion for a reason, world heavyweight champion, and even Fedor couldn't finish him. All the fights went to a decision. So those are pretty much the top heavyweights out there. So I believe that Antonio Nogueira is going to take it. I mean, his nickname is Minotauro, which translates as bull. He's a bull. He's a bull. And you know what? I got to admit, he looks like he's been in a bullfight. Once you look at his face, you'd say, yeah, this guy looks like a bull, and you can say, yeah, I would call him a Minotauro. He's a big toro. He's no mini toro. He's a big toro. I wouldn't call him Minotauro. I would call him Big Toro. But just to say things, I'm just talking here. But my money is going on Antonio Minotauro Nogueira. That's right, fans. And if you agree with me, I'm never wrong in my predictions. So I'm telling you what's going to happen before it happens. And I've never been wrong. So now it comes to Vanderlei Silva against Rampage Jackson. Well, my friends, Vanderlei Silva, after he fought Keith Jardine, you could see that he had a fire in his eyes. His reflex was so fast. How, he just gets a little kick and just punches Keith Jardine out in a second. Keith Jardine is the guy who won a decision against Chuck Liddell. Keith Jardine is the guy who knocked out Forrest Griffin. So, and at the same time, Keith Jardine won a decision against Brandon Vera. So you think about that. I think the Axe Murder is back, and I think the Axe is going to take out the Rampage out of Quinton Jackson. My friends, sometimes when you have an axe, you can take anybody out, no matter how angry they are. I mean, if some guy runs up on your streets and starts yelling at you, my friends, and it starts cursing at you, you have that axe, you could use it. And I put my money on the axe, definitely.
Use it or lose it.
And my friends, now we come to the final review. UFC 92, the Ultimate 2008 is definitely going to be a sporting event to watch. And my friends, if you're a UFC fan like I am, you better watch it. I'll even come to your house and drag you out, and maybe we have some beers and watch it together. Because I'm that dedicated to UFC. And I know there's some of you hardcore fans that are dedicated there, but I'm really dedicated. So one day we might meet up. You might see me just say, hi, I saw you at YouTube, and we'll just talk UFC all night. And if you're a female, we'll even do more than talk. We might even sleep all night too. But but that's for another thing. That's not UFC talk. That's another kind. There's I mean in UFC there's not much love there.
Well, folks, that's it for Greg Campos. This is Mark Spencer saying so long, and it was a great to see you all again. And we'll be back again. So remember, go watch UFC 92.